Okay, guys, I'm here today with Valentine, aka Schaaf or Turbo Schaaf. What do you like better, Schaaf or Turbo?
Schaaf, actually. Yeah.
We will be talking about his YouTube channel and his experience in Gran Canaria. Tell me, when you got the idea to start your own YouTube channel, actually?
Well, my YouTube channel exists since 2006.
Okay, so
but back then it was just a place to upload videos because I needed the storage space, basically. And I started with motorcycle videos in 2013 because I was always into videography, photography, and I was into riding bikes, and so it was kind of natural for me to combine those two.
yeah, you're very famous on YouTube with the onboard video. How did you get the idea to do this onboard? You know, the raw onboard actually.
Again, that was something I started very early because that was one of my first uploads before I started doing it like properly back in 2006 on my 102cc Vespa.
Yeah.
I basically built myself a small pocket where I stuck a Canon PowerShot camera inside, and with that I recorded my first onboard video because I was just fascinated with onboards. You know, when they do, I don't know, motorsports, Formula One, or even skiing, I always loved the onboard rides, and so I thought I have to try it myself.
One of your video, and I saw it before you came here to Gran Canaria, is that famous Honda Goldwing onboard, which is, I think, right now has 1.7 million views. Why do you think that this video is so popular?
I think for two reasons. I think because the Goldwing is probably one of the most iconic motorcycles, and it's a name that many people, also people who don't ride, know. They are familiar with that. Mm-hmm. And I think it's very unusual to see a Goldwing that is, ridden fast-ish. I think you can't really ride it that fast because the lean angle is limited. Mm. But still, that's what most people wrote. They're like, see, so that's how you can move a Goldwing. And so I think those two effects are the factors for the success.
Last year you wrote 59 motorcycles?
59, yeah.
59 motorcycles. Can you tell me top three for you?
I would have to think for a long time about that, and I will probably forget some very good ones. But bikes that stuck with me were the 1100 Scrambler from Ducati, because I just love the old air-cooled, oil-cooled engine. Same with the R9T. I love the R9T. Yeah. That was, again, one of my most memorable rides. Every time I get on one, it's like, feels like home. It's amazing. And when it comes to like versatile bikes, you know, this you can have one bike only question. It's either the S1000XR or the Multistrada V4S. But the V4S is the much better motorcycle in my opinion.
Yes, I also rode it. It's an amazing bike, very expensive, but it's like a top of the top, no? Now you spent 4 days in Gran Canaria. It was your first time here to ride the bike?
Yeah.
Your honest opinion about this place?
I'm really impressed, and especially because I've been to Tenerife twice, and I also quite like Tenerife. I thought the place is amazing, you know, landscape, scenery-wise. Yeah. But now I have to say that I think I won't return to Tenerife, but I will return to Gran Canaria because I think the whole island is much more impressive. You know, the changes of scenery and also basically how it's built road-wise. It's perfect for riding. It's great.
Yeah, there's not much many places in Europe to ride in winter time. Yeah. That's except maybe Andalusia. Yeah. Maybe south of Italy, but I really don't know if people are going there. But that's why there's a lot of launches here as well with the new brands with the motorcycles, right? And did you visit also the other islands or just Tenerife and Gran Canaria?
No, so far only these two. So I think I checked it out, and I think scenery-wise, these two will be my favorites. Yeah. And what I will do next is probably, maybe I will return here first, But then I also want to check out actually Madeira, which is not part of the Canaries, but it's also a very pretty island, I've heard. So maybe I can ride there as well. But but so far this is my favorite, and I'm fairly confident it will stay my favorite island.
Madeira is also I did actually a video about this on motorbike, because that was in summer. It's actually boat from Canary Islands to Madeira,
Nice.
But only for summer, summertime. So I was, maybe people are curious, like I saw that in your videos that you, I mean, obviously in most of the onboards you don't talk at all, and you put this description that if people don't read the comments that they will be ignored.
Yeah.
Is it what is the reason behind, like these people repeating the questions all the time?
Yeah, that's it. No, it's because I don't know, 80% of the questions I receive are the same, and the answers for those questions are in the description, and the tone of that message is a bit harsh, but that's because when I started with the onboards on a regular basis, that's quite a few years ago, I guess I was not a very politically correct human being on the social media, and so it just pissed me off, when people repeated their questions. But of course nowadays I'm older and I'm wiser, and I know, well, it's not really their fault, they just want to know the most important things, and nobody likes to read, unfortunately. So actually with my last couple of onboards I started to use a different phrase, which is a bit more friendly, but it's indeed about the frequently asked questions, basically, which are all answered in the description. And I just, because the thing is, I want to reply to every comment I receive. I basically still do it, but this is my way of saving me like at least a bit of work and save time for other questions.
Yeah, obviously it's when people see the video, but then for the first time, and then you do reply for the 1,000th time. Again.
Yeah, exactly.
Why did you? Because your channel is quite big. It's like 141,000 now.
I think so. Yeah.
Is it recent growth faster, or do you it's for years that you?
It was very steadily growing, basically. I think, like I said, I started with regular uploads in 2013, and I never really had big spikes in my growth. And of course, if I have a video like the Goldwing one, of course that one will bring more subscribers at one point, if there's like a view explosion. But it's been a really steady curve, not curve, like a what's a straight. Yeah.
Why do you think people like Raw Onboard that much?
I think it's the most accurate representation of how it feels to ride that bike. I think that's why, because they want to know how it sounds like and feels like to ride the bike, which is actually quite funny, because when you ride the bike yourself, it doesn't sound like that, because you mostly you're hearing wind noise.
Yeah.
So on my videos it sounds better. But one thing that I only discovered in the last 1 or 2 years is that actually a lot of people watch my videos to help with falling asleep. Like, I'm not joking. And it's funny, because at first I was offended, because of course I'm like, come on, you should watch my video and don't fall asleep while watching it. But then I realized that I myself sometimes have trouble with falling asleep, and if I can help people with my videos with something from which I suffer myself, actually I think that's great. So nowadays when people write me, oh, so great, I'm going to bed and now there pops up a new upload from you that's perfect for falling asleep, I'm like, yeah, well, I'm happy I can help. So, and if they watch for a long time, I get more ad income as well. So it's a win-win situation, basically.
True. A lot of people also are curious about, do you have issues with the legal aspect of the videos? Because obviously...
I would say not yet, but it's, from a legal point of view, it's actually, it's very clear that they would have, like, at least in Austria, the law is like that they can't take any action just from watching a video.
Ah, okay.
Basically, they would have to confiscate my hard drives and basically prove that it was actually me. But then they would still have to find out where and at what time, because otherwise they can't punish you or fine you or I don't know, put you into jail. But you know, from my side, I know that what I'm doing is like from the law term, it's illegal. So, but I try to write in a way that it's responsible enough for me. That means like I'm taking care of others. I'm not riding fast-ish in crowded areas. I'm trying to limit like my faster rides to places where there are no people.
Do you get a lot of backlash from like people?
Not that much actually. I get more praise for people telling me, "Ah, great, you watched out for that cyclist. Ah, great, you slowed down when you went by the houses." And you know, my early days of riding and filming, that was too aggressive, and I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it that way because I didn't really care about people living there. But yeah, I just had to grew older and realized that I'm very annoying when I'm riding like that sound-wise. Yeah. And so the videos that I upload nowadays, I can like wholehearted say I'm okay with that. I think this is responsible. And so yeah, I'm doing it as long as it works. Maybe one day the wrong person will see it. I don't know. Then I will have to find something else.
Cool. A couple of questions just for the behind the scenes. Like, do you ride? Do you have your own bike?
Yes, I have two bikes, two old Hondas, a CB500. That was my first one. I still have it, and last year I bought an old VFR 800.
Nice.
But I like, for instance, the VFR last year I rode it a couple of times, but I didn't film it. And my CB500 I didn't ride because, you know, I'm, like I said, 59 different bikes. I don't really take the time to
because we have to sell that you work for
1000 PS, an online motorcycle magazine, and that's where I get most of my bikes from. So that makes life easier.
Is there some motorcycle that you didn't ride yet and you would love to do it?
Yes, hundreds of them, especially old ones, because they are more or less impossible to get. I mean, I can come up with a few. You know, actually my number one bike that I would like to ride and film is not really a motorcycle. It's an old Vespa, just like the one I had when I was a kid, because I would love to do an onboard video with a Vespa from the 80s or something like that, because that was what I had. And motorcycle-wise, I never rode the K1600 from BMW, but I think I will get the chance soon, so I'm very excited. And there's probably some very old, like, I mean, you know, the old two-strokes. Yeah. I don't know if I would be able to ride them, but I would just love to try it, and it doesn't really matter which one, just anyone which is like scary, you know.
What about favorite location for motorcycle holidays? What do you have in mind, like top 3 maybe?
Top 3, to be honest, I haven't been in too many countries, but I would say so far it has been Andalusia, northern Italy, and Slovenia actually. And now I have to say Gran Canaria is amazing, because I think the island with the motorway almost circling it completely, it's like built for motorcyclists. You know, you have the road going around the island, which gets you fast from north to south, and in the middle there is all kind of twisty roads. But also lately I've been in October, I've been on Sardinia, and you know, it's a classic. I understand why people go there, I don't know, 50 times in their lives, because it's the kind of roads you find there are also insane, and it's basically a bit like Gran Canaria, but bigger, you know. And so I would say nowadays I could say it's Gran Canaria, it's Sardinia, and I'm probably forgetting about something, but I still really like Slovenia as well, because it has very, very nice roads, which you wouldn't expect actually.
It's important to say that when because I started with bikes as you did 2006, I think I did 2004, and I see changed lately that people actually are flying somewhere
Yeah.
to rent a motorcycle and to do the holiday there, because when I started riding bikes, that was something possible. I mean, it was possible, but for us as young people, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So you always drive, you know, to close country nearby. But now I see that you can actually go somewhere, just, you know, maybe like for a week, rent a bike and enjoy the location. Because to be fair, sometimes the driving motorcycle through very boring, you know.
No, exactly.
Places, it's more expensive, you know, fuel and et cetera, which is great. What's the let's make the finish kind of like, what do you think that what's the plan for your channel, you know? Do you plan to do onboard video, or do you have something, some new project in mind?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say it's a new project, but I definitely want to try to. I will stay with motorcycles. Like that's my topic, at least for the next, I don't know, I guess 5 to 10 years. But I want to make more creative videos again, basically like I did in the past.
Okay.
But I've become a bit lazy, and the onboards, you know, they are rather easy to make, and it's also a nice little ad income. I mean, it's far less than what people would expect, but still it's a nice like pocket money to have. But basically, because of also what I said, you know, I don't know how long I can do this, you know, until somebody tells me I have to stop, like somebody important. And so that's why I'm also searching for an alternative, you know, and actually from this trip here, I will also make one more creative, more interesting video. And if people like that, I think this will be maybe the direction that I want to go in the future. But of course, I think I will do the onboards as long as I can, because I really like the idea of having a very, very big archive of as many bikes as I can get, basically.
True. That's I think also helps people to when, you know, they're searching for buy a new motorcycle, they wanna know how does it feel, you know, at least from the video. That's why I think it's very popular. Okay, so I'm happy that you visit us here in Gran Canaria.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. Let's see. I'm curious about the videos you know you're gonna publish, and good luck with the future with the channel and future work as well.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was great. I can wholeheartedly recommend your services, man. It's amazing. Great.
Okay. Well, that was Schaaf, Valentine, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao.
Bye.
Cheers, man.